What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, and I am back with another video. And as you can see by the title, I'm going to be reviewing the god-awful game between the Toronto Maple Leafs and Ottawa Senators, in which the Ottawa Senators won 4-3. I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on the game. I don't usually do this, but when I get frustrated, I like to make a game review. So if you want to see more of these, make sure you like the video and subscribe. And leave a comment if you think that I should do more of these game reviews for your favorite team or, you know, for the Leaf games. Because I do watch quite a lot of games. If you comment a game and I happen to be watching it, I'll do a review on it if you want. So definitely want to do more of these reviews because then it makes for more uploads during the day, so you guys will get 2 or 3 uploads per day instead of just 1. So let me know if you guys want that. But I'm pretty mad about this game. The Toronto Maple Leafs are facing an Ottawa Senators team that hasn't been very good this season. They got stomped last night, and you know what? I expected them to bounce back a little bit, but a Toronto team that is supposed to be a contender type of team, who should be an offensive juggernaut, has really turned into not an offensive juggernaut as of late. The Toronto Maple Leafs should have won this game, and there was opportunities before the game to make this team better that didn't happen because of the defensive alignment that we had today, which has obviously been a problem in Leafland for a very long time. But let's just get to the game. So early on, you know, the Leafs were really taking over. And by the way, Craig Anderson, I don't want to forget this. What did he have? Like 44 saves. The Leafs were just peppering shots on net all game. He was incredible. Now, the Leafs were able to get 3 by him, but we'll get to that. So early on in the game, you know, the Leafs are on it, but of course the Ottawa Senators, like it always happens, the Leafs are just pressing, and then it goes the other way in seconds. So Chabot ends up scoring after Roman Polak, you know, the all-star defenseman that he is, deflects the puck, goes off of his foot and in the net. Now, obviously, some of that is an unlucky bounce, but because it's Polak, it looks even worse. Now, I'm not saying that Roman Polak, you know, is the only guy that would happen to, but of course it has to be Roman Polak on a night where I was hoping to see Travis Dermott and a guy like Roman Polak, who has been playing even though he's been just atrocious, terrible. Any word that you can think of, that has been Roman Polak, and it was 1-0 Senators. The next goal that was scored was, of course, again by the Ottawa Senators to make it 2-0. Hoffman scores after Gardner just gets absolutely walked, dangled in the corner, and then it gets buried by Hoffman. Just a great goal for the Sens. Can't blame Freddie too much on that. He was trying to bite to the other side, but Hoffman came in and scored the goal to make it 2-0. The Leafs got one back late. Andreas Borgman sniped a goal in there. A nice shot from the point. The Leafs were back into it, and it was looking like they may have a shot to come back in this game. In the second period, 54 seconds in, James Van Riemsdyk tied up the game with this weird deke that NHL thinks that is really nice. They tweeted out saying, oh wow, that looked nice. Van Riemsdyk totally goofed it on the shot he was trying to go for, and he ended up missing it, but then scored. It wasn't a pretty goal, he just tapped it in. Van Riemsdyk ties up the game though, so I can't hate too much. Now I'm trying to remember the play correctly in my head, but the Ottawa Senators would get one back after I believe Andreas Borgman gave up the puck after thinking an icing should have been called or something like that. Then Roman Polak forgets that he's playing defense and can't outmuscle his man out front, and Dumont scores his first of the season. Another guy that's going to score his first of the season. I know Steve Dangle loves that one. He always loves to call people out who score their first against the Leafs. And the Senators took the lead once again, and I just don't understand how Roman Polak is still an everyday defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It just does not make sense to me. Next, the Leafs would get that one back when Morgan Rielly scored again from the point, a nice wrister. He was having a great game besides the next play that was going to happen, but he was having an amazing game. He was flying all over the ice, and he buried one. Good on Rielly. The Leafs tied up the game. Then in a series of terrible moves by Rielly and Hainsey, Ottawa would get another one back, and it was Pyatt who scored to put the Ottawa Senators up 4-3. Rielly went in for a pinch, completely goofed it up. It looked terrible. Then Hainsey forgot the fact that he should probably not go and attack the guy with the puck. He should let Freddie have the first shot, especially since it was a 3-on-1. I would really like Hainsey to go back and look at that play because it just looked terrible. Both defensemen looked awful on there. They buried it. Freddie was too far back into his net. Can't blame him. He was all right tonight. Craig Anderson really kept Ottawa in there. But again, I have to go back to the Leafs' defensive play. This is another game where the Leafs look terrible on defense. And you know what? A couple I can't even say a couple soft ones. Maybe one soft one went in on Freddie, but just the bounce off of Polak, obviously unlucky, but it had to be Polak. Then a terrible play by Borgman led to a goal. A terrible Gardner just got spun around by Duchesne, I think it was, led to a goal. And then Riley and Hainsey goofed up and it led to a goal. So try telling me that defense is not the problem, because there's still people that don't want the Leafs to make a move. And I'm sorry, I'm going to get pissed off because of this, because it's taking way too long for this. I can't start swearing in these videos, but it's taking way too long for management and people to realize that something needs to change here. Why Roman Polak still gets to play all the time, beyond me. Dermott being a healthy scratch, oh, they just wanted to, I seen a tweet, they just wanted to give him a bite and make him hungry. Yeah, you know what, how about we try to win some games instead of teasing some young defenseman? How about we let him play when he was like one of the better defensemen the Leafs have had in the past couple games, and he actually was playing good. Zaitsev's like 2 or 3 weeks away from being healthy, and he hasn't even been good, and I'm like Zaitsev's biggest fan, and he's been terrible, and I have to admit that. But when he comes back, Polak has to leave the lineup. There's got to be a way that Polak gets out of here. And again, I'm not going to say it's all Polak. Kadri has been non-existent lately, and he's one of my favorite players. It's not all on Polak, it's not all on Kadri, but it's as a whole. This team has not been playing as a whole. Tonight was a different story, because the offense looked okay at times. They looked like they were peppering the net. They looked good. Craig Anderson was on fire. They still buried 3, but we ended up giving up 4. So obviously, the defense looked bad on pretty much every goal. So you can't blame Freddie. You can't really blame the offense for putting up 3 goals. So you have to look at this blue line that is okay for now. Apparently, the Leafs don't really look like they're going to be doing anything anytime soon. So until there's a change on the blue line, it looks like the Leafs are going to continue to give up early leads to teams that shouldn't be beating them, and they're going to end up losing a ton of games because of the defense. So let me know what you guys think. When I'm mad, I go on these little rants, so if you don't agree with me, that's fine. The Leafs need help on defense, and apparently nobody else cares about that. Yeah, they need to make a move, or at least let defensemen who know how to play defense play, because having defensemen who actually can play the game rot in the press box is not going to win you games. So if you guys are new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.